Hi, Molly. I'm Monica with Temple of Geek.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I'm so excited to talk about the work you do on The Irrational, which is now on its second season. I know we can't talk spoilers, but I have a lot of questions for you about your character, Phoebe. We know that Phoebe's role expanded throughout the first season. Was there anything about her that surprised you or that evolved in a way that you didn't really expect?
Yeah. I think that Phoebe goes through there are a lot of interesting storylines for her this season. And she's, of course, transferred to this new office. And I think things don't go as expected over there. And she starts to question her own decision making and question whether or not she's made the right choice. And then, yeah, has to figure out what the next move is for herself.
I feel like the series deals with a lot of complex themes of human behavior and, like what you mentioned. How do you collaborate with like Jesse L. Martin or the writers to ensure that like Phoebe's contributions to the cases felt authentic or insightful?
Yeah, I think that this show is good at kind of letting characters be fluid. You know, Phoebe's a grad student, but of course, she's also kind of a little bit of a detective sometimes. And then we also see her maybe be emotional support at other times for Rizwan or for Alec even. And yeah, I think that her involvement is a little more holistic than just the grad student box kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. Because she's intelligent, she's ambitious, but she's also kind and supportive. How do you balance these different facets of her personality?
I think the writers do a great job with that. It's pretty much, I mean, a lot of it is right there in the writing for me. I think there are moments where different parts of Phoebe shine through, and she has work mode, and then maybe there's times when she's not at work and she has a little more of that softness. Or I'm excited to see the way that Phoebe is able to bring more excitement and more a little more joy and sort of fun to the office.
Yeah, absolutely. When you look back at, the first season and going into the second season now, is there any scene in particular or moment from season one that stands out as really memorable or impactful for you?
Well, yeah, I think that Phoebe's panic attack from season one was very impactful, and it was important to me to represent that authentically and to show that even though Phoebe is a high achiever and someone who has it all together, a lot of the time she also does have internal struggles, and she's vulnerable too.
When you knew you were getting the role of Phoebe, is that something that really intrigued you about playing her character?
Yeah, absolutely. I love Phoebe. I love the way she's drawn as a character, and I was really excited to get to play someone who's got so much going on inside herself.
Now, you've worked on similar dramas before. Did any of your past experiences on other shows kind of inform or influence the way you approached Phoebe?
You know, I've never played a character exactly like Phoebe. I've really had a fairly large range of characters that I've gotten to play over the years. And I think if anything, I might have drawn from personal experience or even people in my life that I knew for inspiration for Phoebe.
Question about like the science on the show and things like that. Did
Yeah.
you learn anything about the world of behavioral science? Or did you have to prepare or like approach it in a specific way? Did you have to do any research?
Funnily enough, I actually studied psychology when I was in college. And so I've taken a lot of psych classes at the college level. And then I also, in my free time, before I even booked the show, I was interested in behavioral psychology. So I would read nonfiction psychology books like in my spare time. So a lot of that knowledge was sort of something I'd already had going into the audition. But of course, as I learn more about Phoebe and more episodes come out and more of her story gets revealed, there's more research to do and more to dive into about like the different aspects of her personality.
It feels like this role was very meant for you.
Thank you.
Is there something valuable that you learned about playing Phoebe that you'll probably carry forward with you to future roles, maybe?
Yes, there's an episode where I had several horseback riding lessons, and that was a lot of fun. And I would love it if I got the chance to do, to use that skill that I've gotten now on a different project. Yeah.
We'll put that out into the universe then. What are your hopes for audience experiencing, Phoebe's storyline in season 2, especially now that she's returned, is exploring new storylines?
I hope that people take away from it that it's important to listen to your gut and to know, to really take a good look at yourself and what you want and what you need, and to make the choice that is best for you, regardless of what other people think.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much for your time. I'll wrap up there. Thank you. And congratulations on the second season. And I can't wait to see what happens.
So thanks. Yeah, this was such a pleasure.